13 years inside a concrete cage, and Tyler's one shot at freedom just became a death sentence. He must butcher a man inside these walls, or his only son will be murdered out on the streets. Before he makes the impossible choice, we have to go back to where the nightmare truly began. Inside the block, Tyler's day begins like the last 13 years. He stays quiet, careful, and totally invisible, but that fragile peace shatters instantly. He discovers half the cell block crammed into his tiny cell. Alex runs the contraband trade inside the prison. Now his lucrative product is missing. Everyone blames Tyler and his cellmate. Tyler desperately argues his case. Why would a paying customer steal the supply? Just in time, a third inmate steps up to confess. It wasn't Tyler, it was his cellmate. The vicious crowd turns. The cellmate ends up hospitalized. Tyler returns to his empty routine. He cooks, smokes 2 cigarettes, and takes stolen pills. He just wants to drift away. When his stash dries up, he trades barbering work for Alex and Silva. In exchange, he gets 2 crucial pills. He locks himself away to use in peace. And just when he thinks the worst is over, it gets so much worse. A sudden summons calls him away. A counselor asks about substance uses or self-harm. The strange question clearly puzzles him. Then she delivers shocking news. He might be eligible for early release. It is conditional, but entirely real. She slides a thick file across the desk. He must organize his outside life first. But what outside life does he have? Over 13 years have slowly vanished. He doesn't even know where to begin. His first desperate move is calling Becky. She is Adam's mother. The moment he tries, he uncovers the truth. She changed her number. Of course she did. The next morning, Tyler opens the daunting file. He stares blankly at the questions. His broken mind won't cooperate. He can barely imagine the outside world now. Then, the disruptive noise starts. Loud, shameless singing echoes outside the heavy door. His new cellmate has officially arrived. His name is D. One look confirms the terrifying truth. This is not a man to take lightly. D just survived 3 days in solitary. His designer clothes still carry dark bloodstains. They hint at whatever brutal event happened recently. He casually unpacks a PlayStation. He stacks innocent-looking food by his bed. But what he truly sells runs much deeper. Tyler watches it all with dead eyes. He doesn't care. He just needs to escape. The rest of the block gravitates toward D. It happens almost immediately. A man wanders in asking for tuna. D aggressively tries to upsell him. The hesitant guy doesn't budge. Another man cautiously asks for deodorant. That's when D violently erupts. He accuses the man of spying for the Green Gang. D slams a metal lid into his face. The brutal impact draws fresh blood. He turns to Tyler with wild eyes. He demands to know about the Green Gang. Tyler has absolutely no idea. He doesn't know who they are. D squints at him suspiciously. He thinks Tyler might be a spy too. What none of them realize yet is that it's already too late. The next morning, Tyler wrings out an empty toothpaste tube. He just tries to scrape enough together. D tosses his own tube over silently. It's a small, quiet gesture, but from D, it means something huge. Later, Tyler reaches an outside friend. He finally secures Becky's new number. He nervously makes the call. She actually answers. The moment she hears his voice, everything freezes. The temperature in the room plummets. She fiercely demands how he got her number. She wants absolutely nothing to do with him. Tyler swears he isn't asking for much. He just wants a chance to see Adam. Becky doesn't even blink. She reminds him of Adam's last visit. Tyler was completely unconscious the entire time. He couldn't even take care of himself. 14 years have passed since Adam heard from him. She abruptly hangs up the phone. Tyler knows she is entirely right. Every single word is true, but it doesn't make the longing any smaller. That night, he passes by Alex's cell. He collects his 2 essential pills. He ensures D is deeply asleep. Then he uses in the crushing dark. But D's sharp eyes snap open. He already knew the dark truth. He quietly tells Tyler he figured it out. He knows his roommate has a severe problem. A wrong dose could instantly finish him off. Long pause. The next day, D pulls up a sickening video. One of his men systematically dismantles someone. They tear the victim apart piece by piece. That is what happens to people who test him. Then Dee offers something sinister. He offers to force Becky back into Tyler's life. Tyler frantically shakes his head. He doesn't want her back. He only wants his son, Adam. Can Dee get him a secret phone? Dee smiles and hands over his personal device. But the terrifying warning is crystal clear. If anything happens to it, Tyler pays in blood. Tyler is glued to that phone all day. He searches until he finds Adam's online profile. He stares intensely at the recent photos. This isn't the little boy he remembers. This is a fully grown man. Dee practically bounces with nervous energy. He pressures Tyler to send a message immediately. What is he waiting for? Tyler desperately needs a minute. Finally, he types the heavy words, "I'm your father." Adam reads it quickly. Heavy silence follows. Tyler sends a second desperate message. He includes his new number this time, just in case. Beat. Later, Tyler stands at the sink smoking. He spots a small drone hovering outside. A mysterious bag dangles from the machine. He knows exactly what hides inside. He waves and signals frantically. He hopes the operator realizes this is the wrong cell. They clearly don't. Once the coast is completely clear, he acts. He reaches out with a long broom handle. He pulls the bag in before guards notice. Dee's eyes go incredibly wide at the hall. This is how you conquer a whole block. He hands Tyler a calming pill. He tells him to breathe deeply. The lazy guards don't know how to search anyway. Most people miss what's really happening here. Pay close attention. That night, a strange unknown number calls. It is Adam. Dee quickly passes the phone to Tyler. Tyler has had 13 years to prepare, but he can't find a single word. He awkwardly asks if Adam is okay. He asks if he's been working out. Adam simply says hello. Then the line goes dead. Beat. Later, Dee surprisingly opens up a little. He shares how he ended up locked inside. 5 years for a hidden weapon he didn't know about. Then he asks Tyler for his dark story. Tyler doesn't want to go there, but he does. After Adam was born, he needed cash fast. He possessed some illegal pills. He thought they were weak and totally harmless. One lethal batch wasn't. He sold them at a wild party. A buyer went into severe medical distress. The man sweated through his clothes and died. Tyler took the agonizing weight of the whole night. 15 long years. Becky never recovered from the trauma. She firmly believed he chose that criminal path. He genuinely thought he was providing. Dee quietly listens. When Tyler finally finishes, Dee makes an offer. He will track down Becky's exact address, so when Tyler walks free, he finds his son. The next day, Alex pulls Tyler aside. It has been 2 weeks without a purchase. Is Tyler buying his stash from Dee now? Does he know about Dee's secret suppliers? Tyler plays it entirely cool. He claims they don't even speak. Alex seems to buy the convincing lie. He casually tosses Tyler a few free pills. Hours later, the block is hit hard. A full security sweep tears through the cells. Tyler's face goes completely white. Dee notices Alex watching from a safe distance. The gang leader is grinning maliciously. An officer uncovers Tyler's hidden wrapper. Dee steps in incredibly fast. He is aggressively intimidating. It rattles the officer into tossing the evidence away. He throws it out the window instead of reporting it. Once the guard leaves, Dee furiously turns on Tyler. He almost burned the entire operation. If Tyler wants to use, he must do it elsewhere. Tyler desperately apologizes. He genuinely tries to quit, but the crushing need overpowers his fragile will. The bathroom becomes his only safe refuge. That evening, Dee returns with a massive surprise. He hands Tyler the glowing phone. A live video begins to play. Adam stands at the door holding a sneaker box. It is a gift from Dee's vast network. Tyler watches, and his heavy chest opens up. Remember what she said at the beginning? It's about to mean everything. Then his entire world brutally collapses. Alex and his vicious men pour into the cell. The metal door violently locks. The savage beating instantly begins. They demand the hidden product. Dee refuses to give an inch. They pummel him until he is out cold. Then they drag Tyler into the nightmare. He stalls. He outright refuses, but a sharp blade suddenly appears. It brings the terrifying weight of what comes next. Tyler points a shaking finger at the floor panel. They rip the hiding spot wide open. Alex secures the stolen goods. Then he turns on Tyler with blinding rage. Tyler lied to his face repeatedly. Silva films Dee's bloody body on the floor. He orders Tyler to punch his unconscious friend. The camera is rolling. Pure terror overtakes Tyler's trembling body. He swings. Beat. D is rushed to the prison hospital. Tyler walks away with a deep gash. An officer issues a stern warning. Tyler only has 1 week left. He must stay perfectly clean. Do not ruin this. Then Adam suddenly calls via video chat. It rings on D's hidden phone. Tyler answers but keeps the camera totally dark. He just checks that Adam is safe. He abruptly ends the risky call. No one noticed the contraband phone. Pause. When D returns from the hospital, it is suffocating. The heavy silence fills the tiny cell. Tyler nervously follows him to apologize. D absolutely rejects the pathetic offer. A full, tense day passes without a single word. The crushing silence finally breaks. One of D's loyal men transfers to their block. D tells Tyler the plain, brutal truth. When his strength returns, he will destroy them all. Tyler hands D a glass of water for peace. D uses the moment to attack him physically. "You just watched. You stood there while they butchered me." Tyler quietly absorbs every single punishing hit. He refuses to fight back. He offers no empty explanations. He only rises when D asks a final question. Does he plan to stand or want another round? The counselor offers Tyler a rehabilitation center. He can stay there if he has nowhere else. He firmly refuses the insulting offer. He already spent 13 agonizing years inside an institution. He has had enough. Meanwhile, D makes his dangerous move. He intercepts a massive delivery meant for Alex. It proves he is owed a permanent debt. Alex catches him red-handed in the act. The ominous message is incredibly simple. Return the stolen goods or the consequences are fatal. D has been waiting for this exact moment. He viciously attacks Alex from behind. The bloody fight spills into the open block. Heavily armed security aggressively moves in. The entire violent block gets locked down immediately. 1 miserable hour a day to eat and stretch. The next morning, Silva violently tracks Tyler down. He demands a fresh shave for him and Alex. It must happen on Thursday during break. D carefully watches the tense conversation unfold. He spends the rest of the day boiling over. He abruptly wakes Tyler in the dead of night. He demands a sharp tool from the kitchen tomorrow. This is the moment the entire film has been building toward. Tyler drags himself into the kitchen the next morning. He moves slowly like a man drowning underwater. Every single nerve in his body is screaming. He only has a few days left. If caught, they will cancel his early release. He will be thrown right back to zero. But he forces himself to stay in motion. He watches desperately for the right opening. He palms the lethal tool and hides it away. One observant inmate clearly clocks him, but the man just keeps walking. Back in the cell, D replays the humiliating footage. He watches himself unconscious on the cold floor. People casually step over his bleeding body. The burning rage hasn't cooled at all. It has been feeding. Tyler returns and drops the weapon before D. D tells him something entirely unexpected. It wasn't just the savage beating that hurt. It was the disgusted look on Tyler's face. He looked like he was watching someone worthless. The brutal punishment follows a twisted logic. Tyler is going to finish the bloody job. He must do it on Thursday while shaving them. Tyler's entire nervous system rejects the command. He only has 2 days until true freedom. 2 days. But then D lands the final, devastating blow. If Tyler backs out, Adam will be murdered. Tyler knows the terrifying reality. D absolutely has the lethal reach to make it happen. He hollowly agrees. He has no other move. The following morning, Tyler drifts like a hollow ghost. He uses the secret phone to call Adam. During that call, he makes a solemn promise. The very first thing he does is find him. They are going to make up for every lost year. Something in Tyler's heavy voice has permanently shifted. He has already decided his dark fate. That evening, D warns him one final time. Tyler blankly confirms everything is perfectly on track. Thursday morning arrives with crushing gravity. D makes his final terrifying request completely explicit. Tyler needs to butcher both men beyond all recognition. Tyler agrees to every single demand, but the desperate desire to run is obvious. He slowly forces himself into the bathroom. He wraps a tight bandage around his leg. He carefully conceals the sharpened tool. D catches his violent, uncontrollable trembling. He orders Tyler to get control of himself immediately. If he can't, D will do it himself. He promises to make it much cleaner. Tyler aggressively grabs the tool. He moves incredibly fast towards Silva's cell. Tyler begins nervously shaving Silva's neck. The man asks about his plans for freedom. Tyler repeats what he has said for years. He is going to see his son. Silva's hardened expression instantly softens. He reveals he has a young son too. Tyler's shaking hands tighten around the blade. Long pause. Suddenly, Alex walks into the tense room. He reads the panic on Tyler's face immediately. He demands to know what is going on. Tyler desperately blames his severe drug withdrawal. He claims he has been trying to quit. Alex intensely studies him for a long moment. Then he simply turns and walks out. No violent confrontation, no sudden move. He is just gone. Back in their cell, D is barely standing. Whatever life remains inside him is rapidly draining. He spots the untouched food Tyler left behind. He weakly makes his way toward the tray. Tyler watches him slowly begin to stabilize. Then Tyler quietly steps back into the cell. D tastes it and asks what was in the food. Tyler answers without raising his hollow voice. He used every single pill he had left. Every one. He wanted D to drift out peacefully on a high, so this endless nightmare could finally be over. D fiercely strikes him. He hits Tyler hard, multiple times. Tyler violently crashes onto the cold floor. D whispers, almost to himself, "I think I'm done." Tyler doesn't flee the room. He sits right beside his dying friend. He gently lights D's very last cigarette. He holds it together while the man slowly fades. He props D against the concrete wall. He carefully guides his friend to the bed. He sits quietly until the breathing stops forever. Tyler breaks down and cries. Beat. Then he completely stops. He calmly calls for the approaching guards. His cellmate is gone from a tragic overdose. Tyler silently gathers his few remaining belongings. He walks through the heavy iron doors. It is the first time in over 13 years. Good behavior, completely free, utterly alone. The only true friend he ever found remains behind. He rests peacefully on a bed in the dark.